Look, you need to hear this incredible story that happened to an ordinary family, just like yours, just like mine. And I guarantee that when you discover what really happened that night, you'll look at your pet in a completely different way. But first, if you're one of those people who believes that animals feel and understand way more than we imagine, hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications because real stories like this one you'll only find here. The perfect routine that nobody imagined would be broken. Let me tell you from the beginning. Little Emily was only 8 years old when her parents decided to adopt a dog. It wasn't just any dog. It was a golden retriever named Max with those deep brown eyes that seemed to look straight into your soul. You know that kind of look? From day one, Max and Emily became inseparable. He followed her around the entire house, waited for her to come back from school, sitting by the window, and every night, every single night without exception, Max would jump on Emily's bed, curl up at her feet, and sleep soundly until sunrise. Her parents thought it was cute. The neighbors commented on the special connection between the two. It was such a perfect routine that nobody ever questioned it. Until that Thursday in March. And look, before I continue, comment down below. Do you have a pet that sleeps with you? Tell us about it. The night that changed everything. That night started like any other. Emily had dinner, brushed her teeth, put on her favorite pajamas, the one with star prints, and went to bed. Max, as always, followed her. He jumped on the bed, spun around 3 times in the same spot, a classic dog ritual, and lay down at her feet. Her parents, Sarah, stopped by the room to say goodnight. She saw the usual scene, girl sleeping, dog sleeping. She turned off the light, closed the door, went to sleep. But something was different that night, something that no human could perceive. Around midnight, Max lifted his head, his ears perked up. He wasn't hearing anything, he was sensing something. Have you ever noticed how dogs sometimes become alert for no apparent reason? Well, there was a reason this time. Max didn't lie back down. He stayed sitting, completely still, staring fixedly at Emily. Sometimes he tilted his head from side to side in that characteristic gesture of confusion and attention, but mainly he was sniffing the air. The strange behavior that saved a life. 1 in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Max remained awake, vigilant, increasingly restless. He started doing something he had never done before. He pushed his nose against Emily's face, gently at first, then more insistently. Emily stirred, mumbled something incomprehensible, but didn't fully wake up. Max didn't give up. He started barking. Softly at first, then louder, louder. And here, folks, comes the part that gives me chills to this day. If you're enjoying this story, hit that like button so YouTube understands that you want more content like this. Her parents woke up startled by Max's insistent barking. It was almost 4 in the morning. Sarah ran to Emily's room, irritated, ready to scold the dog for waking everyone up in the middle of the night. But when she opened the door, she noticed something terrible. Max was standing over Emily, barking desperately, and the girl wasn't responding normally. She was pale, in a cold sweat, breathing strangely. Sarah turned on the light and felt her heart stop. Emily was having a severe hypoglycemic crisis. She was a type 1 diabetic, diagnosed only 6 months earlier. Her blood sugar level had dropped dangerously during her sleep. What the doctors said afterwards. The family rushed to the hospital. Emily received emergency treatment and recovered completely. But the question that wouldn't leave anyone's mind was, how did Max know? The doctor who treated Emily explained something fascinating that many people don't know. Dogs have a sense of smell between 10,000 and 100,000 times sharper than ours. They can detect subtle chemical changes in the human body, including drops in blood sugar. When glucose levels drop drastically, the body releases different chemical compounds, an odor that we humans can't perceive, but for a dog, it's as obvious as a fire alarm. Max wasn't trained for this. He simply loved Emily so much that his instinct kept him alert. He sensed something was wrong and didn't rest until someone helped. Guys, comment down below. Have you experienced or know someone who experienced a similar situation? These stories need to be shared. The science behind the bond. Here it gets even more interesting. Recent scientific studies show that the connection between humans and dogs goes beyond what we imagine. When you look into your dog's eyes, both of you release oxytocin, the same hormone released between mothers and babies. It's no wonder they're called man's best friend. This relationship was built over thousands of years of joint evolution. Dogs literally evolved to understand us, to read our facial expressions, to sense our emotions. There are now official medical alert dog training programs, especially for diabetics, epileptics, and people with other health conditions. These animals are trained to detect specific chemical changes and alert their owners or family members before a crisis happens. But Max didn't need training. He had something more powerful: love.
Other stories that will move you. And look, Max and Emily's story isn't unique. Around the world, thousands of similar cases happen every day. There's the story of a cat named Oscar who lives in a nursing home and knows when a patient is about to pass away. He goes to the person's room and stays with them until the end, offering comfort in their final moments. There are dogs that detected cancer in their owners months before any medical exam, simply by persistently sniffing the same area of the body. There's the case of a dog who woke up his family during a gas leak in the middle of the night, saving everyone from a possible explosion. And there are countless stories of pets who comforted their owners during anxiety attacks, depression, or panic attacks, sometimes without ever having been trained to do so. If you've made it this far, don't forget to turn on notifications to receive alerts for all our amazing stories. And share this video with that friend who has a pet because they need to see this. What happened after that night? After the scare, Emily's family took additional measures. They installed nighttime alarms to monitor her glucose levels. They learned more about the signs of hypoglycemia, but they never underestimated Max again. Interestingly, from that night on, Max changed his behavior. He no longer slept soundly at Emily's feet. He stayed alert, checking on her several times during the night. On at least 3 other occasions in the following months, Max alerted the family before Emily's sugar level dropped dangerously. Sarah says she invested in professional training for Max to refine this natural ability he had demonstrated. Today, 5 years later, Max is a certified medical alert dog, and Emily hasn't had another severe crisis. But the most moving part? Emily says she always knew Max was special, but now she understands that he's literally her 4-legged guardian angel. The lesson we all need to learn. You know what this story teaches us? That we often underestimate the intelligence, sensitivity, and capacity for love of our pets. They're not just pets, they're family members, protectors, faithful companions who love us unconditionally. How many times have you ignored your pet's strange behavior? That dog that barks for no apparent reason, that cat that stares at you insistently, that animal that suddenly changes its standard behavior. Maybe they're trying to tell you something important. Our pets live in the present moment. They don't have worries about the past or anxieties about the future. They simply exist, love, and protect. And perhaps that's exactly what makes the connection so pure and powerful. So here's my final question for you. What has your pet done that made you realize how much they love you? Comment down below. I read all the comments and I love hearing these stories. And if you don't have a pet yet, after this story, maybe it's time to consider opening your heart and your home to one. Because in the end, when you adopt an animal, it's not you who's saving them, it's them who's saving you. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this story with everyone you know. See you in the next video with more incredible pet stories that will move you. See you later, and give your pet a really tight hug right now. They deserve it.